Weather's chief meteorologist, Chase Jones.
Well, all that quiet weather's making its way in. I'm showing you a time lapse. Not quite sure why. Not a whole lot of clouds. Just a beautiful day, but it was a wild week of weather. Everybody did amazing cleaning up afterwards with some of that heavier rain and those cooler temperatures last night. Take a good look. We got all the way down to 56 degrees. I got it right. Then right up to 86 degrees. That's our 30-degree spread that we want. And by tonight, somewhere back down there in those 50s and those 60s. So keep the extra layer close when you're making your way back from kickoff. But it's going to be an amazing Friday night and an amazing last weekend of September. That was a very quick month. 86 in San Angelo, everybody else in a combination of lower 90s, if not those mid 80s across the entire area. We're looking for 10 degrees definitely today with some of those drier temperatures. 89 in Robert Lee, 90 down there in Junction, 84 in Sonora. So you see the wide array of temperatures that we're dealing with today with some of those more humid conditions trying to fight their way in. We're on the backside of a cold front, so we're in those post-frontal conditions. Dew points are down there in those 40s, while humidity indices are down there in those 20s, and we'll see how much they make their way up tonight. Now, if they do not rise, that lets us know a lot of cold air is continuously making its way down from the north. Look how strong that's pushing down. But off the west coast, that is a hurricane. Then off the east coast, that is two more hurricanes. And if they push themselves together, we're talking about reaching the same equilibrium, the same sort of pressure level. It's going to be one big storm. Now, upper level pattern is also showing us this reflection. There's a strong, long wave trough making its way in off the west coast. There's two hurricanes right behind me, a little bit of ridging, but if I move out of the way, there's a lot going on, so I'm fighting back and forth on the screen. Those two hurricanes will turn into a cutoff low that will hover around Louisiana. This troughing goes all the way from Maine down into Florida. Some strong ridging all the way from Texas up into parts of the Great Lakes. Then off the west coast, another long wave trough. Now that's looking like transition season to me, but pretty intense or more extreme water vapor imagery is showing you this exact reflection as it dips all the way down to Texas, all the way up into the Dakotas, then right back down around Southern California, then right back up to somewhere around Canada, if not the Yukon. We take it down to severe weather outlook because it's aiming right there around Arizona, but going around the Concho Valley. We take it down to the surface to get a better idea of Friday night football. It's been a week, I'll tell you. Seeing that cloud cover make its way in from the west with a little bit of flash flooding, but this tropical activity off the east coast is going to slow things down upstream. Now, high pressure is going to lock itself in place, and off the west coast, it's going to try to slide its way down around the Sierra Madres into the Concho Valley. Now, none of that moisture is going to make it, only that cloud cover, and then as we make our way closer towards the end of September, still pretty dry. So for Griff's game of the week, we're going to see those temperatures in those mid-80s. That's Loveland versus Lakeview. Then by the end of the game, somewhere around those mid-70s, then we're going to drop all the way down into those upper 50s. Then as we make our way into tomorrow, hovering around those lower 90s, but be ready because it's the Halloween prep weekend, plus Reagan's going to be back, so she's going to get a closer look. As we get closer to the last couple days, we are fighting back and forth between those 80s and those 90s, but as we get closer towards October, just going to level out in those lower 90s while those overnight lows hang out in those lower 60s. Stay tuned. I'm Bob the Break. You're watching KSAN News at 5.